party. Head gone, now it's real thing. Yo voltage, yo boxer. Give me shot at a speed day. Energy, so no sleeping. The energy.
Watch them get up. Watch them get up, get up. Watch them get up.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
No sleeping, no sleep. No sleeping, no sleep. Party time, get up, get up. Party time, get up, get up.
Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Welcome back, folks. I got a bright smile on my face because I know some of you struggling this morning to go into work. All right. But y'all knew the day after Carnival, Tuesday, was going to be a work Wednesday. All right. For many of you, for those of you who are not fortunate enough to apply for vacation or not in a position to apply for vacation, y'all have work to go to. All right. So this morning, the only people who probably have it easier, they want to apply for vacation, teachers and students. Right. They're probably the only ones, or whoever it is may have worked on the weekend, the long weekend. They're the only ones who probably getting a little ease up. But the rest of you, I know the struggle is real. All right, so welcome back. It's the first day of the working weekend for most of you, right? Dianna and I we alternated days, so we're here. So yeah, it is Wednesday, the 9th of July, and hope that everybody is in good spirits. All right, tired, but probably in good spirits. Dianna, good morning to you.
Good morning, Roleza. I'm so glad I'm not one of the persons on the receiving end of the words that are being thrown this morning. You know,
such is life.
Good morning to our listeners. How are they doing? Who's listening? Who's guilty of what Roleza is talking about? You know, get up, get out, let's go. That's it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I often wonder how productive a person's on the Wednesday after Carnival. Like the Friday before, like Carnival Friday, people are not very productive, right? And the Wednesday after Carnival, people are also not very productive. Sometimes I wonder if employers actually give them an ease up. Some employers kind of do because they understand, especially those who are part of the culture. But others, we know how they can be, right? But if you've shown up, you have to try your very best to give of your very best to this, especially those of you in customer service, all right? Those of you who are dealing directly with the public, you have to give of your best. Yeah, we know that everybody was in hype spirits and everything. Some of you are outside contributing and participating in the national festivity. But yeah, it's back to work, folks, all right? It's back to work. All right, so good morning to all the listeners there in regular radio land and those of you listening to us online. Good morning to you, Mrs. Joseph. And yeah, Dianna, how was your Carnival weekend?
I had a great weekend.
Well, look at this smile on your face. Can we see the glasses whole morning? Dianna, where's the glasses?
So I brought my glasses case thinking my glasses was in it, and when I opened it outside to put it on, it's just the cloth and the case.
That's to tell you how good of a time she had, right? All right, so what were you up to?
Let's see. On Saturday, the weekend was very busy. I was doing a lot of work, a lot of up and down. I think I got my exercise in for the year.
Okay.
For that whole weekend. Yeah. So it was a very busy weekend. On Saturday, I was in the park. I was in the stadium. So I saw all the actions take place. I was so happy to be a part of Bongo Prime's performance. Bongo Prime, big up yourself.
And it was a winning performance.
Yes, all right, so I was a character in his performance for the Raga Soca Monarch, Boy, what a thing that I had already left park that morning. So I was not there when they did the results. If I was there, Roleza, you would have seen me on camera because I've been up and down in the park. And I would have been shouting. I felt so happy. Not just because I got the opportunity to be a part of his performance as well, but it's a really great song. I just love the song. It's a really great song. And I just think the performance was amazing. Being on stage there in it, I at some point I was like, wow, this thing, it was glamorous. It was spectacular on stage. And he said he felt the same way. So just being on stage there, I felt like it was great. So I'm really happy that it did win on Sunday. I was in the park for Calypso Monarch. I walked along with Sheena.
Okay. Sheena Collis.
So I was in the park on Sunday and then I went straight through till Monday.
Oh, you went to Juve?
I was in the monkey band.
Okay.
Baddest band on the road. So big up Hyper and big up CDC for bringing out the monkey band on the road this year. I see Hyper says he's coming back bigger and better next year. And I have to say, boy, I enjoyed it and I'm looking forward to it. Fireman was in the monkey band with us. Hey, you saw him in
I saw.
So it was wonderful.
You catch yourself yet? Oh, you slowly?
I catch Monday after I left. When we went back to Victoria Park, I went home. I slept until in the afternoon. I was in town. I had to find my way home. So I came home and I was at work yesterday. Look at me, big up me, I made it. But I just went, when I went home yesterday, sleep again.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't outside yesterday.
All right. So Dianna herself, she was heavily involved in the culture, right? In the culture, the festivities, she was heavily involved. Now, unfortunately for me, I could not make it out to anything at all this Carnival season. If Carnival was next week, I would have been in a much better position, but not this year, right? So I was like one of those folks in the diaspora, just watching everything through online streams, all right? And things went well. I did look at the Sokomanak performance, and I guess we will discuss a little bit more about that later on in the morning. But when I looked at Bongo's presentation, right off the bat, I knew that was the winning song, right? The stage presence and the flow of everything, it just went very well. It almost looked like one of those Carrie Festa type of performances where you see like a lot of persons converging on the stage and you see different characters or different portrayals, etc. It was one of those that just captivated my attention. So Bongo, if we don't hand with nobody at all, there is no sort of controversy, no sort of comments that could come out of the Raga Soca win. Bongo Prime honestly deserved it, all right? And this segment, we're just going to give commendations to many persons involved of many things that went viral. So as I said, because I wasn't integrally a part of it this year, I didn't get to go anywhere at all, right? Nowhere at all could I have gone. But there are things that I saw that I just want to give commendations to, right? So first off, I have to congratulate the CDC team with Rodney at the helm, along with the chairman, Mr. Ricky, what's his surname again? Ricardo Adams. All right. So congratulations to them. Rodney was only in that position for a few months, but we see the tremendous amount of effort and work that went into it. And it wasn't just him being there. It's all the support that he got. So for everybody else who's a part of the CDC committee, persons in the various components, whether you are part of Mass, Calypso, Pan, the soca artists this year, I really have to big y'all up. There are many times on an annual basis, and many of us hear songs and we suck with it, right? But it wasn't so this year. From the Calypso songs to the soca songs to the raga songs, everybody stepped up their game, and it really, I was there saying that sometimes it's kind of tricky that when it comes to Carnival season to just be playing Carnival songs, right? It's a little bit difficult. And this year, I actually don't have a problem. Right? And for my part, we could have continued playing Carnival music for the next 2 weeks because we did have a decent quality of music. Yes. And I think that it's so interesting when you see in the online conversations about who is going to win road match in particular, right? Because there are so many contenders now. I have my personal picks. And but there are so many different contenders, so this could only mean that we have done well. When we, as in the soca artists of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or the artists themselves, they have done a very good job this year. So commendations and hats off to you. All right. So another thing that I needed to just point out by way of commendations is the Ministry of Health.
Hey, big up that
right? So I don't know how many of you were paying attention to the Ministry of Health social media page, and whoever is behind that page, big up you to the maximum, right? And I say to the maximum because I got a name of the person who somebody said is the person behind the page, because I was real curious. I said, but who it is behind this page? You know, they really step things up.
Yes.
But until I know for sure, I just say, let me say big up that person to the maximum. All right. So the Ministry of Health had some very interesting posts. They had the post about eating raw curry. Then they had the next one about your health matters with a tooth that looks like it needed some attention. They had this other one about wrapping it up, and if you're afraid, Han is not the worst thing that could possibly happen to you.
Yeah.
And also about what happens on vacation doesn't stay on vacation, right? And what it is that I could appreciate about the messaging is that it was just so direct. They were so in tune with what is currently happening that they found a way to twist the messaging to get their point across, right? So to Ministry of Health, and particularly the person behind the post, big up you. A lot of the posts went viral, and because they went viral, you know that they're targeting who it is they're supposed to target, all right? So big up the Ministry of Health. All right. I also want to say commendations to all the shows that happened, whether both private and CDC related. Many of these ends, again, watching as a quote-unquote diaspora person, this seems to have been very well attended, right? These private events had lots of people. We know the pricing was kind of steep, that many of us might look to comment on, but they were very well attended. And even the CDC put off events, the Juve, the Street Jump Up, the Mardi Gras, those were well attended. I didn't necessarily see images of the audience for, let's say, Calypso and the other events that happened for CDC. But for those events that were broadcast or there were images of, they were very well attended. So people were fully outside, all right? Fully outside. I also want to just say, welcome home and welcome to SVG, to the many visitors and returning nationals who are here. Many influencers also came in, so they didn't just participate in the season for personal reasons, but they're helping to push what St. Vincent and the Grenadines, what Vincy Mass is all about, all right? So we have to give commendations to those of you, the influencers and other persons with the various social media platforms for being here in SVG and helping to market and to promote a sweet SVG and our Vincy Mass, all right? And just by way of being comical again, with regards to another thing that went viral, to the young man who was lifting up his friend or relative from an event, right? That video went viral to the point where I actually saw it on Ian Allen. Ian Allen, the social activist in Trinidad and Tobago, he had also shared that. And, when we talk about going to a session and no person being left behind, big up that gentleman. Now, I don't know who he is. I don't know if anybody actually, has identified who he is, but if your brethren is not in the best of conditions to go home or walk wherever it is that they had to go, he picked him up and he carried him. And this is what we're talking about. All of us could be fully outside and all of us have to reach back to where it is we came from. All right. So those were just a few things by way of commendations, but we can always pick this back up if anybody else wants us to give a shout out to anybody else.
I just want to say one thing quick before we go. I was in the park. Was it Sunday? I think it was Sunday morning after the Calypso and Mass and everything. And I just have to say big up to the cleaners at the Victoria Park, because Roleza, in less than half an hour of that show being complete, park was clean.
And I suppose as well, Tongue right now might also be clean because it generally is. So sanitation workers, y'all get your commendations as well too, all right? Yeah. And yeah, George, I know I missed out, but I had to prioritize this year, all right? I really and truly had to prioritize. So With that, we are going to head on out and head directly into today's traffic talk.